to where the beach is near. The beer is dear, there's plenty of women on the crack. Walking
here we are in the final second. The whistle is gone, and Sligo Rovers are the champions.
By the riverside, you can watch the tide as it flows.
No, I'm being told that Average Joe's does not have enough players and will be forfeiting the championship match.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Here he tries to drive it clean out over the fence. Out in there, he's the corner.
In the bookie shop, I done.
Hello and welcome to the Sligo podcast. After yet another hiatus, I think our longest one this time.
That was the longest one yet. Now, yeah.
I believe there's people asking where we were, but I was drowning in sorrows. Where were you?
I was away drowning sorrows. Similar.
Yeah, we had 2 wins, so I've actually been pretty happy the last couple of weeks. Bastard.
No, good to be back as dusk settles here in Ballisdale.
Yeah, the clock's gone back now.
Don't like this time of year.
No.
Don't like it.
Although we're heading towards our year anniversary. That's what we're about to.
Yes. We believe it's a year anniversary. So thank you for all the support over the year.
It feels like a lot longer than a year.
It's been overwhelming.
We should just really cop out now and just say, we can't do a show, we'll just do a highlights like The Simpsons whenever they...
It's been a year, supposedly. Twitter showed us that, and then something else popped up today that... So it was a year since our first episode. Thanks everyone. That was a fairly thrown together episode. The first one, remember? Well, they all are, but were we 3.5 hours at it or something?
3.5 hours. Do you remember we were going to do a section called Media Talk
with the local newspapers?
We were just reading stuff from the papers.
We're just going to read the crime pages or the court pages.
We had to cut stuff out, like we had to cut loads out the first episode.
Yeah,
it was. Remember, I called a professional footballer Dave.
Well, actually, let's go back and listen to the first episode.
I stopped listening to episodes.
Yeah,
to all of them.
Yeah, I can't deal with it. But yeah, thanks for that. And mention the live show there. Tickets are selling like hotcakes, I believe. I'd never had a hotcake now, but I believe they sell fast.
They must.
Another big splurge? No, that's
Surge
on ticket sales yesterday. So
on the back of the announcements.
The big announcements, yeah. The Bouncer versus Mac Attack. Gino and Sharry are announced.
The town hall.
Town hall segment.
A couple more to add to that as well.
A couple more actual sporting people. Well, Gino's a sporting person.
Well, Marc Sharry did a bit in Castleknock College now.
He did, yeah. Jeez, and a mighty fine player he was too.
He got the rally to Sligo, sure. He got the rally to Sligo, for God's sake.
And he reckons the rally could have been there every year.
Yeah.
Sebastian Lowe.
Them gritty locals.
Yeah. And their windy roads. So they're announced. So 27th of November.
Saturday night.
Lola Montez. There's a few tickets left. We might have to release a few more, I believe.
Yeah.
I was chatting to Fergal Quinn today, and we're going to have to. So we sup my tea here.
Yeah, so get buying them now will be my suggestion.
Buying them is right.
Don't want to be disappointed on the night.
There is a list, so you won't get in. And Gino's going to.
He'll bounce for the start.
Exactly. He's going to bounce
to start the show off.
He's double job.
He's going to double job with the night, yeah.
I was going to say something. Yeah, go a few people asking why I've been off, but anyways, I've been off. What am I muttering? We're just busy for a while there. One man who likes the podcast, lives down in Limerick, I believe, asked me, are we going to turn into a full food section any time? A break-up podcast?
Yeah.
I don't know about that now.
I don't know. We'll definitely do I have to give a shout out now if we're going to talk about food. I was for the tapas and knocks on Friday.
Right.
It's part of a question in there. Sensational. One of the best feeds I've ever had.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd have to credit where credit's due. Although I had the taco chips from Roberto's last night after a few pints. And
they're up there with the
tapas. They're up there with the tapas from Knox as well.
Ross, you've been divulging in some takeaways recently.
Yeah. You asked me earlier that I finished that doner kebab last night from the 5-in-1, which was just essentially probably the same size as my child in a kebab. It was the full box, but couldn't finish it last night. And Marie was very worried about me. She thought I got a knock in the head in my match because it wasn't like me not to eat. Finished the kebab, but I'd like to apologise to Marie. She was unaware that I had actually just stopped in Ballindine half an hour earlier and had a chicken fillet burger and a large taco fries. So that was why I couldn't finish the food. Apologies.
Did she only find out now when she listens to this?
Yeah, I told her I had an apology to tell her in the pod.
Look,
so.
I had a secret eating habit for a long time.
Anything nice over the last couple of weeks or so?
Let me think. Oh yeah.
What sort of eating were you doing around the county final now?
Well, you were at the 5. You hit the 5-1 at one stage, did you?
No. When? No, I did super fast food there one of the evenings. Actually, a funny story with county final and not eating. So I ate before the game, and obviously all that happened after the game on Monday then, and a bit ropey Tuesday.
Jeez, I hope you had a bit of food before Tuesday, did you?
Hang on now. So I ate something on Tuesday evening. That was the first thing I ate on Sunday, and I just couldn't stomach it, so I puked it up. But Wednesday came along, and I was working in a hospital, and I missed no work through all the festivities.
That's impressive.
But Wednesday came along, and it was around 12:30, and I get this thick sweat on me.
Oh no,
And
feel it from here.
this nurse, like, did you get your temperature taken? I go, I did, yeah. I told him, but I hadn't because I just couldn't be nice to talk to him. So eventually one stopped me and goes, I just take your temperature again there, and and I just took it. It come up 33.5. And she goes, oh, that must be broke. I'll get another one. And she changed it. And she goes, 33.5. And I was like, oh. And she goes, you have to go to A&E right now. And I go, oh, I will, yeah. So 33.5, if you Google it, is you have hypothermia.
That's the wrong side of it.
Yeah, it's the wrong
Is it?
side of it. So it should be 35.
All right.
So panics it over. So I Googled it, yeah. And it was
No,
all
don't
like
Google. That's the worst
heart
thing you could ever
failure
do.
and all this. And like the sweats were getting doubly as thick then at 33.5. You have hypothermia and all this. But I was like, then it dawned on me, I haven't eaten in 2 days. So the body was shutting down, I think.
So, yeah, you know what
I went down to the
You're
place
starting a ketosis there.
Yeah, well, something was fucking wrong. But I managed to get down to the roundabout in Castlebar for a cup of soup, and I was right as
Right
rain.
as rain.
Hearty soup.
That'll
Yeah,
get you back.
and sure then I called it.
I never knew that was so close. Like, do you know, because with like COVID, they say if you're over 38.5.
Well, there was no question of COVID. It was a
I
full
didn't-
body shutdown, she reckoned.
I didn't realise. So the right one's 35.
Yeah.
And 1.5 degrees lower, you're fucked.
But that's just hypothermia, yeah.
No.
I felt really warm, though.
There's an educational part of the pod now, because I never knew that.
No, where did I eat? Did I eat on Castle? No, Wednesday. No, I didn't really eat at all. I had the superfood on Thursday. Very delicious. I love it.
Super fast.
In Clooney.
Yeah.
Some of the
Top
best. So yeah, the county final. I suppose I'll get into that one, the GA section. The All-Stars are buzzing, lads.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
3
Final
from 3.
Heights. Yeah.
We have to get our basketball correspondent lined up.
Well, we did. I was chatting to Shane O'Mara, and he said he's keen to have a chat with us when we get running. So we might get him on as a guest.
We're running for a year now, Ross.
What?
We've been running for a bloody year now.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people I follow on Twitter that go to the games, though.
Yeah.
You know, even just to keep it like, I must go up on the day and see what it's like.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
Is it?
Good evening
Right.
out, yeah.
I watched the first match now, actually. I was watching it on Facebook.
Would there be any basketball chanting like?
I don't
A
know.
bit of offense and defense. And
It's nice. Boots McHugh was there.
Was he?
Yeah, what you call it, the commissioner.
Ah, the commissioner. Yes.
The commissioner ran a tight ship, so he did, yeah.
There was something else. Who's ahead in our fancy football league, lads?
Jesus.
I haven't logged into my team in about 3 weeks. So.
Right, we'll get to that at the end.
We'll do that at the end, yeah.
So, rugby, GA, Rovers and junior soccer. And we'll go into our correspondence first, Sonia, will we? Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Mr. Burns. I believe you have a letter for me.
Okay, Mr. Burns. What's your first name?
I don't know.
Okay. Our correspondence, our mailbag is full yet again. Do you want to go, Murty, with one?
Yeah, sure. We'll start off with we have a question in from Stephen Keenan. You're back in Summerhill Cafeteria and can only pick one item.
Summerhill Cafeteria.
What are you choosing?
Right. I have to go apple slice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like the apple slice. They sold out quicker than anything.
Yeah. There's something about them chocolate donuts.
Chocolate donut was good.
Chocolate
Cream
donut's
in them.
good.
Ross,
You
you
couldn't-
grammar cafeteria, you'd probably take the soup, would
I
you?
was just going to say, the soup was nice. You let me do it.
Like that fucking lined up once I seen the question. I'll use Twitty cunts. This is not a political podcast.
But the old, I don't think the calf up there is anything like what we used to
No,
get.
I don't think so. Like I used to, a guy, obviously a rotund man.
Great use of rotund there, by the way.
Like these, do you remember the skinny fellas in Summerhill who like eat 4 chocolate donuts a break with, and they'd be putting in M&Ms into it, like and eating them in crisps and bikers.
Pure sugar rush.
It was outrageous stuff.
But like I remember, you know, if you were playing
chocolate donut was nice, in fairness.
If you had a Gaelic or soccer match,
yeah,
and it was in Sligo, and like you'd be walking up to Markfitz Park trying to walk off about 5 sausage rolls, a cream bun,
but
a can of Coke.
even if you're going on a bus to a game, remember you let out 5 minutes early to get something to eat, and you're like, it was outrageous.
Wild looking back on it now.
But the queuing was absolutely nuts.
Yeah, geez, that's another. Probably the stories of the calf are probably a story in
itself. There's a guy now in town. He's a businessman now and doing well. But he robbed a woolly hat of mine when I was in first year. He was in an older class in the calf one day in one of the queues, and he wore it for the rest of the year, like a United hat that I loved. I got it in Manchester.
Really?
Yeah. I won't name them, but I know. Local businessmen found dead.
Give us a hint of the business.
Give it away straight away.
No, the podcast listeners, so maybe.
Oh, just something cryptic enough.
Do you reckon he listens to the podcast?
No.
Then go on.
You get an extension out in the Rugby Club.
Oh.
Anyways.
We'll move on with that one.
Cancel culture.
What did you have? Did you probably fucking 3-4 course meals, Anna?
I can't remember. It was actually a shitty enough little canteen now. Nothing.
Summerhill prided themselves on. Do you remember top 10s?
Top 10s, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But do you remember they used to have like the bags of mummies and stuff for like 10 cents?
Milky lunches.
Yeah, milky. Jesus, was great. It was great establishment.
Actually, I remember it was called the Tuck Shop. Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Off to the tuck shop for some soup.
2 hairs. We'll leave it on that. I go with Stephen Hone's one.
Yeah.
What one match that each of you could I think it's live, he says like back. Sorry. What one match that each of you could live back? Why am I talking like that? It's a question, sorry. What's the one match that each of you would like back to live? Oh, like back, right?
Yeah,
I'm trying to decipher what he's. Sorry. What's the one match that each of you would like back? Be it one you were involved in or just as a supporter. What's the one match where you think, Jesus, we should have won that?
Is it, Jesus, we should have won that, or I would have loved to have won that?
I don't know, yeah. That's the tricky part of the question, because I'd go for last Sunday.
I was just about to say yesterday. Could I get that one back? We shouldn't have won, but I would have.
We shouldn't have won ourselves, no, but I'd like it back. Ross?
I would have loved, with Summerhill, the senior cup final against the Jazz. We lost it. I would have loved to have won that one.
What scored in that game again?
Oh, there was one try in it. It was like 14-11 or something. Yeah.
We had a county semi-final against Mary's in 2012. We lost a load of players, and I went to a replay and went to extra time, and the best point in the end, but like we were on bare bones, like the whole panel came on like with no players left with injuries, no Gary Cawley, a few of us cruised. There was 2 sendings off. Alan Costello went to Australia for the replay, bare bones, and then the best point after extra time in the replay. I'd love to win that match now. That was one that could have. We wouldn't have won the final though. We had no team left.
The Tortoise won it that year.
No, Curry, I think, bet Mary's
Curry bet Mary's in the final.
2012.
You can make a movie like The Butterfly Effect. You see that movie?
Yeah.
No.
So you go back to some big match in your life. And
just one thing happens.
What's that movie? What's that?
What's that? The Butterfly?
Butterfly Effect, Ashton Kutcher. Very good movie, actually.
Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah, he can go back in time.
Yeah, he looks at pictures and he can go back in time.
Yeah, but like if you make one small... You know what? There's an episode of The Simpsons, you know, where Homer is time traveling.
Yeah. I had thought about this last Sunday, like if I went a bit earlier or later to the game, would something different would happen?
Yeah,
I fucking would have.
Yeah, it's the knock-on effect of.
We would have lost by 15.
Are you blaming me, Sam, for sending them chance to you? If you hadn't been looking at them chance, maybe.
Yeah.
I suppose actually that question, just on a Rovers perspective, I'd say the Fingal Cup final. But then everybody says that the next couple of years were so much more enjoyable because of that happened. Yeah. But fuck me, at the time that was one of the worst days of all time. That was horrendous.
It was a wet day.
Horrendous.
Anything on your playing side, Roscoe?
On the playing side, well, that loss to Corinthians a couple of weeks ago, that we lost the Senior Cup, was pretty.
This is recency bias. You must have something from years ago. You're devastated.
Well, I lost the Senior Cup final as a captain.
That's the one.
You streaked on the pitch that day in Galway.
I did.
Yeah.
that was wearing a Grammar jersey at that game as well. Or did you Rangers jersey? Sorry.
Gary Clancy had bleached hair, I think.
Yeah.
That was one I would have liked to have won.
Simpler times.
Yeah.
That's up on YouTube actually. That game.
Is it?
Yeah.
Must check it out.
It is. Yeah. No, it is because the streak is on it now.
Who'd you do, sir?
Lost to the Jazz as well. So
Jazz.
lost to the Jazz.
Was
as
some
captain.
guy was your arch enemy playing for them or something? Or was it some popular player?
Oh, I don't know.
Remember,
They weren't the worst lads.
Must be hearing someone's name the whole time we're that age.
Oh, I think they had some fella called Yogi or something, was
that
it?
it? I don't
Yeah,
know.
he's actually, they weren't the worst lads, actually, no. I actually became very good friends with their hooker and still keep in touch with them, but that was one definitely would have liked to win. So lost to them as a captain, as a coach to the Jazz in the final, with two different teams, Grammar, Summerhill.
Yeah, good question. Good question.
Question in from Donal Egan. We'll direct this one at you, Edo, I think. Do I need a ticket to show for my Tamagotchis, or are they included with mine? I assume this is for the live show.
What's this?
Do I need a ticket to the show for my Tamagotchis, or are they included with mine?
No, you can't. Tamagotchis have
They're not be crying.
they have feelings, and don't just make sure it's fed beforehand. So don't want to cry in when we're on stage.
Jesus, there's an ambulance coming in outside there.
Is it flashing?
Oh, it's coming in at a slow pace.
What do you call a pig driving an ambulance? A ambulance. Anyways,
them pictures that were put up on the Twitter after that story were quite funny. The Tamagotchi.
The Tamagotchi story is a great story. It really is.
We might relive that, the live one. No, don't. Make sure it's fed and keep it in your pocket if you're bringing it.
Please bring it, actually.
Yeah, please. If you have one,
Someone bringing a Tamagotchi.
If you have Tamagotchis, actually bring them. And we can sync them all up. Can they mate? Can you click two together and they can have a child?
Okay, we're going to take a 5-minute break here, please. Feature Tamagotchis and use the...
Could you imagine a modern day Tamagotchi now with the advancements of technology?
Well, did you see Zuckerberg's announcement there?
Yeah, what was that
Facebook
about?
rebrand, Meta. And then launching their virtual reality new next generation of social media. You see that?
There was a manatee or something in one that's sitting at a table chatting to a princess. Or what was going on here?
It's just outrageous. So basically, obviously they're getting called out for everything that they've been doing and spreading hate for selling adverts and making profits off all this stuff. Their brand is toxic at the moment, so they're trying to have this big sexy new rebrand to divert themselves away from the issues that are arising. But the next big thing is this virtual reality that everyone puts the headsets on, and instead of going on to Facebook like back in the day, now we're all in our houses with our headsets.
Just in your room with you then, like.
Yeah, and we're all in this virtual.
He's always up to something, that nerd Zuckerberg, isn't he?
He looks like a...
He's a real nerd.
I saw a good tweet.
Never trust.
I got a good one there.
Two things you can't trust: a man in a wheelchair with dirty shoes, and a nerd.
I saw a good tweet
There are
about...
two things you can't trust in life.
I saw a good tweet about Zuckerberg. They said Zuckerberg always looks like that fella in the movie who's been bitten by a zombie but hasn't turned yet.
Yeah, bring your Tamagotchi and he was done.
We might get Marc on the show. Hello, Marc. With a K. Dylan Mullen was in. What do the lads think are the three best teams of all time in their respective sports? Now, I don't know if this was referring to a local team or
But if
ever.
you're going to GA, it's Dublin. No doubt in the GA. I don't care.
What about a local team? I don't know if he's asking about.
I like Tour de Strand because for I've been like, but I never seen them St. Pat's team supposedly or the Tulber Kerry, who obviously won a lot. But Tour de Strand are pretty awesome. I don't know. Yeah,
I was thinking about 2000
all time. See, sorry, not to, but like inter-county, you can judge it kind of because
Straight up, yeah,
you see things.
Yeah,
you see the old videos in Dublin by a mile at that. Yeah.
I was thinking the New Zealand team around 2005. Do you remember when Dan Carter was just at the absolute top of his game?
yeah. They didn't win a World Cup that time though.
No, I was just thinking about the Lions tour that when Carter was just outrageous.
What's your man's name? Carlos Spencer.
Carlos Spencer.
Lovely bit of stuff.
Lovely bit of stuff, yeah.
It's going to come Des Carlos. That's guy plays your boy Celtic, isn't it? It is.
You're right. So what about in like teams you would have played, Ross, over the years with Sligo?
I was away now for a good bit. In the Monterey was our original, but
the original, right?
That was a junior team at the topic. But
one of you were the best team you've ever seen.
No, I'm just saying who was our rival.
Oh,
then.
right.
Like, yeah, no, obviously not.
Since you've came up so in the last, I know, well, you're up a long time now. Last 3 years, who's the best team you've seen come to Sligo or play?
Well, obviously we played against bloody Corkon and Lansdowne. They were the
pretty
top
good.
of the 1A, like, and the two of them were sensational. Like,
Pretty good, yeah.
so they were, in fairness, they couldn't beat a play. They were both respective top of the league at the time, champions. Like, so.
And what if I used to phrase that question about Premier League football teams?
Best ever.
Yeah.
I don't think United 99 are as good as people say. Like.
They won the treble, though. I know. They won the treble. No, the 08 team is probably actual better football team.
The 08 team.
Yeah. You win a treble, you win a treble. Like nobody's done it since.
I think that Liverpool team 2 years ago was fucking fantastic. It pains me to say.
It's hard to say. Ross? You just don't want to say Liverpool?
You can't look past the crazy gang either back in Sam Haman.
It popped up on Twitter yesterday, the highlights of United playing against Wimbledon. It was like a 3-minute highlight of some FA Cup match. Vinnie Jones killing Cantona. Ridiculous. But like all the players were getting up straight away. And it's unbelievable.
I actually stumbled across something today. It must have been a film. You know, like Facebook show you them clips there in the videos. Yeah. So it showed me a clip of some film where Vinnie Jones was in it. There was 2 American kids ending up in a bar in Manchester.
Oh, yeah, it's Euro Trip.
Is that what that is? I was watching this for 3 minutes.
Pick it off and starts singing these hooligan shit.
Yeah, so he makes up a song on the spot, and Vinnie Jones like, that's fucking it. I fucking love it.
Vinnie Jones was like, so he comes in and Cantona is like a flying kick. Like, it wasn't even a card for it. Like,
yeah, old football's great to watch, but then the early 90s would be.
Did you ever see his tackle in the first minute of the 89 Cup final?
Yeah, wild.
You'd get 10 games like that.
Yeah, you could get arrested for that, like genuinely.
Yeah, they're saying, I saw people writing and saying, like that's a disgrace now. They wouldn't get away now, but like, but careers back then finished at like 29, 28. Like, you know.
Yeah,
that's true enough as well.
True enough. Right.
What are you saying? Your best ever team?
Actually, I didn't answer that question.
Brazil.
The Brazil 70.
I love this question. There's a guy on Facebook as well, like I've seen him write his top favourite 4 players or 5 players of all time, like before, and like he's younger than me, but he's George Best and a few characters down there now.
Pushkas or something.
Who was the guy who played in the 1950 Cup final for Man City, but he broke his collarbone?
Bert
Troutman. Yeah.
Obviously, saw a lot of footage.
There's a film about him. I actually think I seen it.
Saw the Pate footage, and then they went up the field and scored a goal. But Troutman wouldn't be denied.
Actually, it's unbelievable.
The fucker played with a broken neck, to be fair.
Broken neck, yeah.
Actually, I don't know why I'm calling him a fucker.
There's a few people in town who I do see on Facebook whenever an old legend dies. The tributes.
I think I'm on with the same fucking guy.
Now I know what you're talking about. The heartfelt tributes.
Billy Ray Cyrus died, and is he still? Oh, don't break my achy break. Was Troutman in Nazi in World War II?
Yeah, he was in a POW camp, and when he first, there's a film about him.
Can't believe it.
I've seen about again. Zuckerberg again showed me 10 minutes of it on Facebook one day, but he walks into a dressing room, some local guy in Manchester. Before he was there. Before he was in the city. So they walk him into the dressing room. How we end up talking about Bert Troutman here, but he walks into the dressing room and your man tells him not to talk because there's obviously an anti-German sentiment post-war. So Troutman walks in and your man goes, "This is our new goalkeeper." They're like a team, a junior football team. But they're like, "Who is this guy? He doesn't look right."
In a full fucking swastika outfit or Nazi uniform on.
So Bert ends up speaking anyway. They're like, "No, we're not playing with this. Not playing with this German." But anyway, the manager stands firm and he goes in goal. And obviously he's like a panther in the 6, and that's that.
That's the history of I'll be on the show next week.
I'll answer that question in League of Ireland terms. My favourite, or not my favourite team, that's Shelburne team from the mid 2000s. Yeah. Like I know Dundalk have won a lot. Rovers had a couple of great teams. Shams have had a couple of.
Is this the team Deportivo?
Yeah, like they had like Joey was playing for them then. Wes Houlihan, Heary was very good. Stewie Byrne, Jason Byrne, yeah, sensational actually. Looking back, they were probably the best League of Ireland team I've seen.
What do we mean centre back for them then? Pat Scully was hardly still playing.
No, Pat Scully wouldn't have been playing. Jeez, that's actually a good question. My mind.
Oh, Dave Williams.
Yeah, no, the Rogers fella.
Rogers,
yeah, he scored against Split. Yeah, they'd probably be the best team I remember anyway of League of Ireland. I think we've one last question here.
I think it's directed at you.
Well, it's actually directed at Emore, I think. So, this comes in from Shady McGee. Wild rumours are circulating the chairman has the opinion that tapas are in Knox are the best being in town. What did the lads think about this? Surely he has some facts to back up this claim, especially with there being so many fine restaurants in town. Now, there might be a bit of recency bias in this as well because I was only there on Friday night. It's
been a long time since I've eaten in town or eaten anywhere out properly apart from a fucking kebab shop, to be honest.
Well, look, you can't beat a good kebab either.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to think.
I was in Jalan last week now as well.
I always get them mixed up. Hooked is the one down by the riverside?
Yeah.
Well, then Stoked
in
Strand is exceptional stuff.
Yeah, it's supposed to be exceptional, right?
Tapas as well.
The nicest one recently I had was definitely Bella Brava was nice.
And shout out to our friends in Killarney.
Yeah. Our old friends in Killarney now. I have to give flip side a shout out here as well.
Flip side, yeah.
Depends what you're having. I just thought again.
Lads, you can't beat a classic India.
Yeah, well, you can't beat a super fast food kebab. Hoang is great after the few pints, but I tell you, I've had it sober.
We should really just do an hour-long tribute to all the different places.
I got a prawn cocktail in Hoang one day, and she put it on top of the hot food on top of it, and it was a hot cocktail.
we'll have
Sorry. I went to...
We're just naming it everywhere.
Yeah. I actually went out for a meal in Killala in Mayo last week.
Fresh fish, I'd say.
What the name? Oh, fuck me. I'll Google the name of the place now.
Fellow the fish.
Sensational. I'll get the name of it.
I'd say
we should have a phone here beside me. Keep talking, I'll find
we'll
it.
dedicate a good bit of a portion of the live show, I think, to...
Food talk.
Yeah, we'll do it 10-15 minutes food talk.
When the Quins send us down finger food, we can take...
Yeah, we could have... I found it
Did we ever finish off the wings competition?
Did we ever start it?
The Arc Bar.
I think that's the one, yeah.
The Arch Bar,
Arch
sorry.
Bar, not the Arch Bar. Yeah.
The Arc Bar.
Who did a great breakfast, the old Arc Bar. It has to be said.
There's only three
the Arch.
the Arch, the Open Door Restaurant, or the Wolf Dog Tavern, which is temporarily closed.
It wasn't the Wolf Dog. There's a village in it. Actually, yeah, just right, the village is there. The Wolf Dog. No, yeah, the Arch Bar and Restaurant, sensational.
Wolf Dog Tavern, Killala.
Yeah, we'll come up with a plan for our food segment.
We have to
the live show.
Talking about it.
Yeah. Right, that's the end of the correspondence, lads, I think.
Yeah, we'll go with Rugby, Ross.
Okay, doke.
Seeing as he won a game.
Start high and then dive into the depressions.
He's made 5, 6, 7 yards. A great bullock of a man, this fellow.
Rob Henderson. Ross, how are we? You'd had a good few weeks on the paddock with the rugby field.
Yeah, we got
with the rugby field.
On the
a good few. Fuck it. You've had a good few weeks at rugby.
Yeah. Two AL wins now since the last time we did a show.
Ooh.
We're winners.
Hey, you get slapped in your arse quick enough in this game, as we all know.
I was looking for a table the other day. I couldn't find it, actually.
Yeah, we're fifth at the moment. We were fifth after
meatspin.com. That's where you'll find that. For anyone listening, all your fix.
There's not 3 months to go by in my life that meatspin.com isn't put into a WhatsApp group.
Yeah, but it's the best sporting website. Right? So if you want all your sporting updates, meatspin.com. Go on.
So we'll start off with the Sligo Malahide match, which is 2 weeks ago. We talked about Dominic Day coming, the Welsh international.
Darren Day's brother.
Yeah, correct. So he came to town. We won that game 19-7. Really stout defence from us. Only scored one try was Rob Holian. I shared it with you now. It was a pretty sensational try.
Was that only 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, Jesus. And we've seen it tip ahead. Went fairly viral online as well. And the sweet thing about it was Rob Holian being a second rower. The fella he chipped was actually an Irish Sevens international player, Mick McGrath. So I say that wasn't nice for him to get chipped by a second row.
Yeah, I only decked it on the Sunday night. It was the number 5.
Yeah.
Holian was mentioned on RF a while back. He obviously still plays at Ballinrobe. Yeah,
he does,
that's right. I heard his name. Is right.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he's a freak athlete. He was very good.
That was lovely. It was lovely now.
Lovely footballers.
Always nice to put the posh dubs down at Pegger too.
Yeah, like they're a different breed, like, and it just frustrates you hearing the accents and the voices in the sideline now.
Any good shouts out of them?
No, not much now.
Royston.
Because I actually went the weekend before that and I watched Ballina versus Blackrock.
Right.
And you just
contrasting
your blood was boiling listening to the talk out of the Blackrock players, like, and the management and everything. Like, you went from 0 to 60 in terms of irritation by hearing any of their shouts, like, you know. And they're actually like parodies of, like, you think they're all Ross O'Carroll Kelly parodies, but they're not. Like, it's the way they are.
That's life, yeah.
But anyways, not to talk about them too, because we're going to Blackrock pretty soon, so I don't want to put the hex on us. So look, that was a good win. Matthew Early was our man of the match, our captain. Had a really good performance, so that brought us on to the old enemy, Corinthians, this weekend. So it was up on the IRFU website that we just lost our last 3 games in a row to Corinthians. So I don't think I could have coped with a fourth, to be honest with you. So we went there, played pretty well. Cal Goddard, with his first start of the season, scored the only try of the game in the first half, and we had Donica Byrne playing for us. That was his first match since the Under-20s World Cup. He got injured and he had surgery, so it was his first match back. So he played 40 minutes for us. Played well now. Ross Hickey came off the bench at half time, and he was sensational in the second half. So they got a try. It was a block down try. That was kind of their only main chance they had against us. So I'm going to say the 16-12 scoreline was flattering to them. I felt that we should have put a few more points on them. You and Brown hit the other points, 11 points. He went off injured now, actually, so it'll be a race against time to see if he's fit for this weekend. Matthew O'Hara was the man of the match against Corinthians. A few other good performances, Dara Byrne and Hubert Kilvary, so puts us in 5th place in the table. It's the league is very, all the teams seem to be beating each other except for Greystones are kind of pushing ahead now at the moment. Yeah, we're 5th.
You won 3.
We won 3, lost 1. So,
Jesus, and only 5th.
Yeah, only 5th, but it's very tight. Now, Greystones have won all their games. They're the only team to have won all their games, but so basically, next week we're playing Ballina in Sligo. Okay, so that'll be a tough match. Ballina have been very unlucky. They've lost all of their matches pretty much in the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game. So they're actually in 7th place. They're only 2 positions below us.
And they're coming as Connacht champions.
Yeah, coming as Connacht champions as well. So
Frankie had a good tweet to. Did you see his tweet to Bernard Jackman the other day? No,
what's that again?
There was I think Bernard Jackman seen the chip try.
Oh yeah.
So
he shared it actually. Yeah.
So Frankie replied to him anyway, saying, "You should come up and watch us when we're playing Ballina. We usually put up a good few scores against them." So.
Seen Alan Cawley call him a clown on Twitter as well.
He's new enough to the Twitter game, but he's caught on quite quickly.
Yeah. So actually, Frankie, we're going to try and get him involved with our live show. So yeah, Ballina 57th. That'll be a big one. Then we have a week off, and then lads, it gets really interesting. 4 games on the bounce. Blackrock away first, who were in 2nd place.
The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Belfast Harlequins then at home, who were in 3rd place.
Did they have a podcast?
Yeah, and then we have Greystones away, who were in 1st place with the 11th of December, last game before the break up before Christmas. We have Weegians at home, so playing the 3 teams above us over the next 4 weeks, so we'll know where we stand after that.
Nate Marshall just ordered a ticket for the gig. That's the 4. You'll know where you're standing.
We'll know where we stand after that, so it'll be quite attritional, I'd imagine, as well. So
Winter rugby.
And
under the Oxter stuff.
Yeah, it really will be. But look, we'll test the squad depth those 4 weeks, no doubt about it. But we've a nice break then. So what else has been happening?
How long's off then?
We're not back till probably I think the 1st week of January. So 3 weeks off.
Nice.
Yeah, 3-4 weeks off. It'll be badly needed as well. As a juniors, we had a bonus point win against Monavea, and we lost to Tuam at the weekend, which was probably one of the worst games I've ever played in my life.
What was the score in the Tuam game?
16-0. It was 0-0 with 10 minutes to go.
Need a few strikers up front, Ross.
Well, we went down. I was
0-0 with 10 minutes to go.
0-0 about 10 minutes to go.
What happened then?
Well, I'll tell you what happened.
How do you even get to 16 with 10 minutes to go?
Yeah. It was a dour affair, but. We only had 2 subs, and I was one of them. So essentially, that's 1.5 subs. Myself and Damo Cullen were the subs. We had injuries. We just ran out of gas, and a bit of ill discipline towards the end. A couple of contentious refereeing calls as well. But look,
you don't like Tuam.
I don't like Tuam. No. Well, look, I actually enjoy playing against Tuam because it's always a hardy battle and it's physical. So I don't think it's not fair to say that I don't like Tuam as a
I meant in general that team. Your junior, do you have history?
They're like we've a lot of history. Yeah, like we've gone back to the J1B season that we got promoted. We played them something like 6 times that year. And it was just a fierce out rivalry, so it's always a hardy one. So this weekend, the Gulls, Adrian, I'll be hoping to see you training Wednesday night.
Oh jeez, I don't know. Sorry, back to Tuam. Jav Fallon played with them a few years ago.
He did, yeah. Back in the day, yeah, he did, yeah.
Half, I assume?
Not long ago.
No, I did. I played against him.
Jinky now, he would.
Yeah, he was playing for them. So
you had a few new boys return there in Tuam the other day, did you?
A few new boys. Figure Staunton played actually. I texted him on Saturday night. So the plan was, right, I told Jake Sexton that I'd be 21st man because I was staying in Galway if they needed me on the Sunday.
21st man, you're only 17 there.
Yeah. No, so that was really the situation. Like we went from having 21 down to 16 in the space of 12 hours. So I was texting a few players Saturday night. So I texted Figure Staunton to say, look mate, I know you haven't been out training yet, but any chance you could give us a dig out tomorrow in Tuam? He's like, oh sorry Ross, I'm away in Ennis. And I was like, all right mate, don't worry about it. Then I just looked at the phone and Googled Tuam to Ennis. It's like 45 minutes. Like, hey, wait a second.
Get up here.
I was like, hey, Figure, you can call in on the way home back to Sligo, you know, family holiday, cut it short, mate. So I got him the socks and the shorts, and he played the full match for us. It was a good game. It was good to have him back.
Good to see him.
Gulls are playing this weekend to Ballinrobe. So
where's that?
Basically, if you can ask all those Calera lads that are stopped playing now to come out and play for us, that'd be great.
I don't know. Where's that on?
In NUIG.
Oh yeah. Sure, we'll go to NUIG on a Saturday.
Yeah, it's Sunday.
Even better.
We have a couple of home games in a row after that. So.
That's for crowd control, is it? You moved it to NUIG.
What's that?
The Guns and Ballinrobe at NUIG.
It's their NUIG seconds team.
You just said you're playing Ballinrobe.
No, NUIG.
I thought I heard Ballinrobe there somewhere too.
Ballinrobe, they forfeit against us last week. Actually, we were supposed to play them. They forfeit.
Two sweetest words in English language.
Yeah. If you couldn't get numbers for the juniors, there'd hardly be a flock of gulls now on Sunday.
No, we actually were missing 10 people on Sunday. We were missing 10 fellas who could have started, and they're all due back.
Yeah, but how many would be at the Gulls game?
Well, a lot of lads in the juniors will drop down to the Gulls then, that'll keep us going. So we'll get the team.
How would NUIG seconds be?
Who knows?
A burly bunch of professors from the college.
It's not known for its rugby, I don't think, NUIG, is it?
I played against them before.
They were up playing actually junior football in
I've seen that, yeah.
St. John's yesterday.
Well, just to finish off now on the report now, it was a historic weekend for the women.
They got the vote.
Yeah.
Sorry,
and women's rugby has just been put back by that comment.
Joke, tongue in cheek. Jesus Christ. I seen the tweet, yeah, it's a very good tweet.
Four teams playing, under 14, 16, 18s, and we had a senior team playing for the first time in about 10 years, so they took on NUIG as well, actually.
Oh, I didn't know the seniors playing as well. I thought it was the fact that you filled the full complement of underage teams.
Yeah, no, but we did with the senior team.
That's brilliant. Yeah,
so that was the first time now in a long time, so that's nice for the club that the ladies senior team back up again.
What did the ladies seniors play in? Actual
Connacht League, is it? Yeah, Connacht Ladies League. So the club has tried for about 4 years to get that senior team back up and running again, and it was just really hard. So
it'll be self-sufficient now every year now.
There'll be an ongoing conveyor belt into the team now.
Very good.
So fantastic! Congratulations to everyone who worked getting it together.
Things over that team, isn't he?
Guilherme and Gene McConnell helps out, and Kathy Mills as well as the manager. So fair play to them and continued successes.
Good stuff. Okay, we'll come back. Good work with soccer. Right, Marty, we're going to the bit of red first. We're recording this now about an hour and a half before kick-off tonight. Longford Town. Yeah. So I suppose in the few weeks that we kind of mixed bag, went away to Finn Harps, 2-0 up against 10 men. Everybody was down. Harps scored 94th minute to make it 2-all. Probably, I'd say, the lowest point of the season. But the win last Friday night kind of brought everybody kind of back on board, I think. If you win tonight, which obviously matches in a couple of hours now, but if we win tonight, one more win to do it out of the last 3 games. I don't even think we need a win. As long as we drew with Derry and Bows, we get there.
Pat's playing Bows tonight.
Pat's playing Bows tonight, yeah. Derry playing away to Waterford tomorrow.
Has it been very reactionary? As I mean, I know there was bad results for a few weeks, but
it was nuclear there.
It was wild stuff. But then last Friday night it was fucking sunshines and lollipops.
It seems to be the opposite. That's football though in general, doesn't it?
It is, yeah. But I thought it was very extreme. Like people are saying, "Oh, rode the bad run." Not really, because you only won one game. If you don't win tonight, it's still the bad run.
Don't win tonight.
That Friday night didn't matter. Not that it didn't matter.
No, tonight you got to win tonight.
Yeah.
Leave Johnny Kenny on. He'll score late.
And the Town are already down.
Yeah. You'd hope now. Like, in fairness, Longford haven't been losing games.
No.
They've been losing a lot of games, but they haven't been losing by much. Even since they've got relegated, they haven't been getting battered. Couple of ones where they lost. I think Shannon's bet them by a couple of goals, but they don't seem to lose by that much. Pat's put 4 on them on Friday, but I've seen all the games with them this season. There hasn't been much in it, so it's just really important. Obviously, by the time this is out tonight, it's going to be a bit.
Look, we'll preempt it. And what a win that was tonight.
Yeah, up the fucking Rovers. We're nearly there in turn.
3-0.
Yeah, European trip next year. But no, genuinely, I just think you'd hope now. That was a good win on Saturday.
What was the difference on Friday? Were Drogheda had just down a level from the teams you were playing the few weeks before that?
No, I just think Rovers probably up to the level. But even in saying that, Drogheda had a great chance following through 1-1 after about an hour at 0-0. But now, in saying that, I just think just to win, especially after the way we threw away the points up on Harps, because actually, if we'd beat Harps, if you win tonight, you're there. You'd finish third. That was it. It'd be all over. But just that Harps game, I just think after, with the way, as you were saying, everybody was down about it. A lot of calls for probably the manager's head. Some of the players were getting a bit of online abuse as well. But no, I thought they showed a good level to come back from that game and win 2-0.
I think the 2 local boys scoring as well helped.
Helps, yeah. It does, yeah. It's good to see too.
And I seen the Pats game is announced for live on TV.
That's live on TV on Friday. Yeah.
Friday, yeah.
Yeah. So we've Pats away on Friday, Derry at home. Derry away next Friday, and then Bows at home the Friday after to finish off the league. So
huge achievement to Europe 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and obviously it's going to be, as we've talked about it enough times, it's just going to be a big deal going forward. Like you think there's a pretty good squad there, but it'll just
has to be. Look what happened in Europe this year.
Yeah.
There has to be significant signings if you're going to take a
look. If you want, 100%. Yeah. No, you have to think about winning games in Europe now next year.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it has, but that had to be proper new signings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they will, and I think they will definitely add, and they'll probably add.
I was kind of half surprised. Well, not half surprised, but all this people were all the doom and gloom. But then, like the lads who all signed on new contracts is huge. Like
yeah. Well, you've got like Gary Buckley signing.
Bulger,
like they're huge. Yeah, and Bulger as well. Like when Bulger plays, I've seen someone come up with a stat the other day of how many points Rovers actually get when he plays, and it's a huge difference. So yeah, look, I suppose we'll try and just get out. Like there's been, like the second half of the season hasn't been pretty. There's no dressing up. They haven't won that many games, but I suppose the start that they made is now standing to them, and maybe the fact that
Longford some of the teams fancy tonight if you go at them.
Just get at them early, yeah. Get Johnny at them as early as possible, and just try and score early, and just that'll take a lot of the pressure off. So. Yeah, look, I just think just get over the line and we can start thinking about next season.
The taxi order for 7 o'clock to bring us all in.
We do. The lads are looking forward to it.
Yeah. That's the Rovers. Look, hopefully we'll be talking about 2 more wins next week, actually, because there's 2 games before we record again.
Yeah.
Could be 3 or 4 games before we record again.
We're a live podcast.
Well, how do you think we'll do in Europe this year?
So, we're going to Estonia. The draw not made till next June. We'll switch to junior soccer, Ronan, and
yeah.
How are you keeping? How are you?
I'm all right.
Bad day at the office yesterday.
Bad day at the office yesterday. Yeah. Look, got out to the worst possible start. 2-0 down after 5 minutes. 3-0 down after 15 minutes. Kind of found our way back into the game. Scored 2 goals quickly around the half an hour mark. Then Carby went 4-2 up just before half time, and then they scored straight away at the start of the second half as well. They did 2 quick goals there in the first 10 minutes. And that was that. We weren't at our best, but I think sometimes you just have to credit. Like, I don't think, people give out about teams not putting it up to Carby or, this, that, or the other. That's probably the first time since we came up that we haven't, really kind of brought it to them.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think you just have to credit, like, they're an exceptional junior football team. I think people have to. I've seen people giving out 2 or 3 giving out about our performance on Twitter yesterday, but, like, nobody's saying. And even we mentioned at that time when they bet Ballastelair, and there was all the stuff about Ballastelair losing 14-0. Carby went and scored fucking 14 goals against us.
Exactly.
Yeah. You got it. They're an exceptional junior football team. Exceptional. Fantastic. And they were.
Was Gary Armstrong on the bench as well?
Yeah, he came on. Y'all got injured after about 15 minutes, and he came on then. Yeah.
Fine was on the bench.
Fine was on the bench and came on. Yeah, it's like that's what you're looking. Then they're just a really good team. The 2 lads up front, Jason Lyons and Ibra, they're very hard to play against. And like you've Ross McLaughlin, Niall Brennan midfield. I don't think you could go all the way around Ireland. I don't know if you'd find a better 2 in midfield than them 2. They're just strong everywhere.
Yeah.
And you have to you have to be 100% best to beat them, and we weren't that yesterday. But I think that they deserve a lot of credit because they're a really, really good football team.
Very diplomatic. No, you're right. But like, is that what does you nearly need them to slip up twice now?
Well, we'll have to play them again, I suppose. Is the only thing. Yeah, I suppose.
Just look at the goal difference already.
They're like you could probably say already we won't catch them on goal difference. Look, we'll have another game against them. Like there's still good teams in the league that are well capable of taking points off them. We'll probably just have to kind of focus on ourselves for a few weeks now. Just try and keep winning the games. Like, I was asked a question yesterday, where do you go from here?
By a young reporter, I believe.
Yeah, we won 6 games out of 7. Like we did. You know what I mean? Like we've lost fucking Carby the 4 times in a row.
You're going to pack it in.
Yeah, we just fold up the club because we lost yesterday. Do you know what I mean? We go
the key and walk away.
Yeah. Where do you go from here?
Where do we go from here? It's like we go out next week and try and win.
Well, Bob, funny you should ask that. Sticking a knife into the balls.
I genuinely couldn't believe. Anyway, but I couldn't believe I was asked. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll go.
He got you at the wrong time.
He got me at the wrong time walking in after the game. But I know. Look, we just keep. Like we'll just keep worrying about. We'll just keep trying to win games as best we can. I don't know.
Do you want to go through the results?
Yeah, actually, another big. I'll just mention it because it was third. It was probably the Grand Slam Sunday yesterday because it was third against Fort, and MCR had a great 4-2 win away to Manor.
And Coach Road up in the B Park, yeah.
So that was a great win for them. So I'll fly through the results here. So on Friday night, our Harps beat Ballastelair 2-1 down here in the Quarry. With 6 Super League. So MCR 4, Manor 2. Tubber beat Ballymote 3-1 up in Brother Walford Park. Clifton would probably the result of the weekend, 11-2 at home to Merville. And then, Carby won 6-2 against Cartron.
11-2.
11-2, it was it was a strange one.
I was talking to a couple of well.
Clifton improved a lot this year. They put it up to us a couple of weeks ago, and I know we won 3-0, but I think the scoreline was definitely...
did Merville have?
I'm not sure.
I went up to watch them.
I was talking
Strand a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
7-5.
Yeah, I was talking to a couple of them actually last night, and they were just, obviously when you lose a game like that, it's no fun. But they were definitely missing players, because there's a good youth system there at Merville. I think in a couple of years they'll definitely have a decent team. So that was the Super League. There was only a couple of games in the Premier League because most teams were playing Connacht Cup. Dromahare bet Valley Rovers 5-0 on Friday. We'd probably have to mention Valley Rovers' result the week before. Yeah, amazing stuff.
So explain it to the listeners who might not have seen the tweet.
Yeah, so basically Valley Rovers were playing up in Shemia Boyle Park against Glenview. Two of their players must have left Giva and put in, I assume, maybe Boyle Park into it, and ended up driving to Boyle, home of Boyle Celtic, of course. So,
go from Giva to Boyle. Why do you need directions from Giva to Boyle? Like it's Ballyfernin to Boyle. Like it's actually.
I was wondering at what point did they go? I don't think we're on the right track here, because I'd say the road from Giva to Boyle. Do you know what I mean? So
I'll read the tweet.
But they got there. Sorry, go.
Yeah.
Here it is. Yeah. 20 minutes left. Glenview Celtic 3, Valley Rovers 3. What a morning. Valley played the first half hour with 8 players, had 10 players towards the end of the half. 11 players now on the field on the 60th minute and equalising the 70th minute. 2 cars have gone to Boyle thinking match was there.
2 cars?
2 cars, yeah. So mostly 2 car loads of bucks got to Boyle. So they were 3-0 down, I think, with 8 men.
Yeah.
They got to 10 men and then got to 11. And actually got back to 3-all and only lost 4-3. Lost 4-3.
Story,
it would have been a story for the ages. Yeah. And actually, I thought that when I seen the tweet, I thought this will go viral around the place because it's such a Sunday morning football story. So then, just getting back to the Premier League. So actually, Dromahare beat them on 5-0 on Saturday. On Sunday, our beloved Chaffpool, they drew 3-all with Colliery.
Yeah, 3-1 up, were they?
3-1 up, yeah.
Marin struck again.
Huey struck again. That chant must have...
What's that? Oh,
yeah. I don't know who came up with that one, but
something that Chaffpool wants you to know. The blessing Cluna cool as Marino.
lovely. You have a lovely voice, Adrian. So Chaffpool. Look, if they won that game, they were right in contention up there. Like Colliery be probably the favourites for that league, and great to see. Good to see Chaffpool going well.
Our beloved Chaffpool. Sorry.
So then there was a couple of local teams involved in the Connacht Cup. Gertrude had a great win away to Galway United side, East United, who I actually usually thought
they're strong.
They usually are, aren't they? Yeah. So Gertrude won 2-1 away to them anyway. Killarney had a walkover. St John's beat NUAG 5-3. Ben Bulman had a walkover, and Scrone lost 2-1 to Renmore, and Glenview had a walkover against St Pat's. So that was kind of most of the Super League teams don't go in.
Johns are going well, aren't they?
Johns are going well, yeah. I'll have a quick glance through the tables now, but most of all the Super League clubs don't go into the Connacht Cup through round 3. So most of the Premier League games this weekend involve Connacht Cup. So just at the top of the Super League, Carby have 7 wins from 7, 21 points. We're second on 18 points, and MCR third on 15 points, with Clifty moving up to 4th there after the big win at the weekend. And down the bottom, Merville are bottom with a point, Ballymote second bottom with 4, and Ballysadare with 4. And then Tubber just outside the relegation playoff. Premier League, very interesting. Now, a lot of teams have different amount of games played, but St John's are top at 17 points after 7 games. Collier are second with 14 points after 6. Clanny third, 12 after 5. And then Dromahare round up the top 4 with 12 points after 7. So it's a good league, that. And very evenly matched teams. I've seen a good few of them playing. They're very evenly matched, so...
I like the way, for once, that most teams are on the same amount of games. I've seen the Premier League, Super League table, everyone has on 7.
Everyone's on 7,
it used to be years with teams that played 5 and teams played 2. Well, anyways. Any fixtures for me?
Yeah, I've got... You'll make a few predictions, will you? It's been a while,
Haven't gone around in a long time.
So a big week in both divisions. So we'll start off Saturday night in the Super League. Ballysadare at home to Clifney.
3-0 Clifney.
Clifney riding the crest of a wave.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun.
The nude beach.
So we'll just stick with the Super League for the minute. Our Harps at home to Rail Tubber.
Tubber to bounce back, 1 each.
1 each. Ballymote at home to Strand Celtic. Will there be Gaelic players back playing?
Strand, so a few more. I'll go 2-1 to Strand.
2-1 to Strand. Ahna at home to MCR.
Oh, Mail Coach Road will travel well this time. 2-0.
2-0 MCR. And then Cartron United at home to Merville.
3-0 Cartron.
So then the Premier League Saturday night, Dromahair at home to Ben Bulbin under the lights out in Dromahair.
It's a big one, actually, yeah. 2-2.
2-2. So then probably the big game in the Premier League is Colliery at home to Killarney on Sunday morning at 11 o'clock.
One winner there, Colliery, top of the league. Stuttered a bit last week, but will be looking for revenge this week. 4-0 to Colliery.
Then we have Valley Rovers at home to Carricktown.
Bit of a derby there. The boys know their way up the road. Or at home, sorry.
They could end up in Carrick and Donegal.
Shit. Not again.
One down in one.
Carrick on sewer. I'll give them a 1-0 win to the Valley.
To the Valley. Kilglass at home to Gertrude.
Oh, well, the way Gertrude are going after East United. 2-1 to Gertrude.
You've parked up there over Gertrude Celtic. And then Glenview at home to Ballygully. That'll be a good game, actually.
Yeah. I think Ballygully will go and win. 1-0.
1-0. And then finally in the Premier League, St John's at home to our beloved Sheffield at 2 o'clock.
Oh,
breaks
my heart.
I'll be able to see that one.
2 o'clock, yeah. Huey enjoys. They played a good bit in
Sharry.
the
Couple of games under, yeah.
Be a tight one. 2-1 to Chaffers.
2-1 to the Sheffield, travel well. And then I just mentioned that Carby are at home to Cloonfad in the Junior Cup at 2 o'clock. And
Cloonfad, bit of history there.
We've been down there.
We were there with Keyside before, and we're supposed to have a Christmas. It's not a big place, but there's massive floodlights and So, but
I actually seen the IT were playing down there during the week.
Yeah, there's a few pints afterwards, and it was Connacht Cup time, so it was maybe end November. And we're supposed to have the Christmas lights being turned on the next weekend by some celebrity, and John Belly went in and found a switch in the pub, and he switched them all on and ruined many a kid's Christmas in Cloonfad. But Carberry, I don't know what Cloonfad are like. 4-0 to Carberry.
Yeah, and then actually it'd be a good game. Boyle Celtic are playing Manor as well in Junior Cup. That's
I like seeing Boyle back in playing against Sligo Leitrim teams. I always feel it should.
I went to watch them against MCR actually a couple of weeks ago.
How are they?
It was a great game. Yeah, they're good. It was even game. They won after extra time, 4-2 after extra time. Still a few of the old guard playing, but they've definitely blooded a few young fellas that I didn't know as well.
I think they'll beat Manor. 2-0.
2-0. And that rounds up junior football, I think.
Very good. We'll come back with you.
Chance here for Jesse Sloan. Can he score? Yes! Sligo!
Okay. It came to the closing stage of the championship since we're away, lads. So our senior champions are Tour de Strand, intermediates in Fernands, junior from Pats. Sorry, St. Pats.
From the start.
St. Pats, tip from the start. Curry won the junior B, and Eastkey, St. Fernands won the hurling.
Big win for. We'll start with the hurling that was on yesterday, sure.
Yeah, didn't see that much for a result coming. 21 points in the end.
Yeah. I watched most of it now. I was. Yeah, I watched most of it. I thought.
Eastkey impressive.
Yeah, very impressive.
Sea Blue / St. Fernands.
I wouldn't know too much about the hurling, but I just thought it was going to be a tight one. But yeah, it was tight till half time.
Paul Coins, but if it was a bit of a loss, he come on, for Mary's Niff on late.
Yeah,
handy, wristy.
As they say.
But yeah, Eastkey or Fernands are building something there. There's 2 in a row.
Good stuff.
2 in a row. Then the senior football, of course, we were beating ourselves by the fantastic Tour de Strand.
They're relentless.
I have to give them credit for due. Any team that wins 6 in a row is obviously, well, you knew they were good beforehand, but yeah, disappointing.
There was a big reaction to the tweet yesterday about Tour de Strand and Carby facing.
I was going to get to that towards the end.
Sorry.
I was just going to go deep dive into this and open my heart.
Okay, open your heart. Pour it out to me.
I'm only messing. No, look, we fucking just didn't work. They're good. Yeah. Could have went in a bit further up at half time probably.
You'd win in the first half.
It did, yeah. Went 4-3 up.
A
few wides we would have got in the last few weeks. Didn't get. Maybe could have went 8-3, 7-3. No, they had a few chances. It could have been 7-4. You know, I don't know what that change things maybe.
Did you have any goal chances? I was obviously away.
No, not a one. 4-3. One. We won near the end. It was over at that stage. Wasn't even a goal chance. And they kicked 2 long range points at the start of the second half. And then they just looked like themselves for that third quarter that they've been over the years and put the game out of reach. But you have to give credit to them; they're fantastic. It's disappointing now. I thought even at half time we were just a point in. I thought I didn't care what the win. Like I thought we could have them here, but yeah, it's disappointing. first time probably playing him in a long time, that felt going in that over the years you'd be feeling that you might need a few of their players to underperform and us perform to our max, but I thought if we all performed we would have won. But anyways, it's disappointing. It's not even the game. I find it a tough few days now. It's the finality of it all though. It's the final whistle went and then there was no training Tuesday night, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's something you put all the other shite in life on hold for, and now you have to go kind of deal with it. No, but it's weird, like, because I know Enda Smith, there was a guy down Enda Smith from Roscommon, he was just chatting on Monday, and he was saying, like, no one really cares actually when you think of it. There's 7 billion people in the world, and you're playing an old game down in front of about 3,000 people in Marc Park, but no one cares, but yet everyone actually cares, and it's you know, it's nothing, and it's a weird feeling. It's just the long evenings now set in. Then that's even worse. But I don't know. I thought we had a good chance. I thought we'd finally do it. But what do? You go back. I don't even know why. And then I was thinking, why did I want to win? You obviously want to win, but there was people back. There was loads of people like back at the game. You're chatting to ring during the week that you'd only chat at a funeral. Like, they're not in Sligo anymore. And it's a weird thing, sport. Like, it is. I'm getting too very deep here. But it is. It's weird like that. And I was like, I didn't want to win for myself. I obviously wanted to win, but I was like, geez, it'd be great even for my family, just people like that to win. And just it's over then like that. And what do you do? There's other sides to that as well. I'm sure, like Tour de Strand, if they're the winners, so they have that story. But no, they're awesome. They're fantastic. Like, they're relentless. They have everything going for them. Like, they can play it any way you want. Like, I hope they do themselves a bit of justice in Connacht this time though, because they haven't really probably. But they should get a good start against the London champions. They're
at home to them in Marc.
Home on the 17th, I think it is. But I think they'll be carrying 3 suspensions from an absolute battle royale from a London final. It ended.
Oh really?
It ended 12 against 10 or something.
So, that's a good game.
I think they'll beat them, and then it's Mayo. So I'm sure they've been gearing for that. In fairness to them, and you couldn't blame them for not. They're going 6-0, so obviously have bigger aspirations than Sligo. But no, they're fantastic. But I didn't think they were the kind of themselves all year, and then the final. But the history of semi-finals has been tight. Like, we went to replay them a few years ago. Mary should have bet them last year, no doubt about that. And Curry extra time, and probably if they'd a bit more patience, probably could have got a point out of it. But they're fantastic.
How to win a final?
It's
the Kerry game might have stood them.
I'm sure it did, yeah. But then you question yourself. Then, like, could we have changed? Was I a bit naive? Maybe not changing things at 4-3. I thought we could still do it. You know, you've questions. But yeah, it's annoying now. Like, and people on to you, oh, sure, next year, and there's this, just get over it. Like, but there'll never be a 2021 county final again, and that might sound ridiculous. And that goes back to the point that no one really cares in the world, whole scheme of things. But there never will be. You'll never be in that same situation again. You don't know where fellas are going to go this year or next year or stop. It's just very philosophical of me, but it's great. It's weird what sport does.
How many text messages you send to players? How many phone calls did you make? It's absolutely sensational. Like, the time put into
organising pitches and stuff. Like, we trained in the last few weeks in Longford, in Roscommon, in Bunnaden, in we hadn't trained at all. We had to go up the country for lights. Like, I know most teams do that, but that's not even the thing. I enjoyed them. It was good crack when we were all away together doing it. But like, you're chatting 40 fellas every 4 days a week, and then suddenly you're not talking to them. But that's around the whole country, isn't it? That's GA.
That's GA, yeah.
It's replicated around the whole country.
There is a finality to it. Yeah, that's different from probably other sports. Like,
well, I suppose with me and Enda Mitchell packed it in after the game as well. So that's maybe that's why the more finality is there as well. So
what's next?
More time for podcasting.
or like absolute mercenary or some intermediate team somewhere down the country.
And out to Leitrim there. Someone will love to tweet you out in Leitrim.
No, but I don't know what next. Lovely fucking playing. But that's gone. I'm talking too much. But no, they're fantastic. We didn't report. Could have got the few points in the first half maybe, but they could have got a few as well when you look back. I know our wides are probably more obvious, but then I don't need to kick the wide in the second half either. Like, Rian Bailey come on as well, and he got a great point, and I met him in
nice photo of yourself
inside. It wasn't a nice photo of me now.
No, I thought it's for a man that after the last been out for the couple of days.
But then no food, yeah. But then you have to go the 2 days then, and the crack was good. Like, and
at what stage on Sunday night do you think it flicked from being a bit of a morgue to like?
I tell you, when
not on Tuesday that happened.
No, it did change. And most people were early enough, and I was still off this point. Niall Murphy told me his mum wasn't. I great crack at our semi-final singing to her or something, and she told me he wasn't coming down because she said it'd be a bunch of men talking shite about football, and she was right. Yeah. But then she arrived down, and I wasn't expecting. And the crack good with the singing, and the crack was good then. And we ended up having a good night. And then Monday was brilliant. We booked Huey Lowry, and Huey told us the car was in the garage. He couldn't get out. Huey doesn't drive, so to get him a taxi out. And, out to Clara House, and he owed us a good set because he only played for about. We got him out on the Monday after the 2019 final when Tourist ran betters again. But and he played a good set now for us. I sang a few songs with him.
Lovely.
Bit of Bonnie Tyler, some Meatloaf. He put a good set on now, and the crack was good. And we ended up meeting the Tourist Strand boys in town actually.
Which is a nice touch. I didn't know that was
no, it's accident. It is actually a thing, but it hasn't happened recently. But it was accidental, but it was... No. We're looking back thinking it was good crack, but we could have been apish enough. They might have a different story.
Yeah. I'm sure of the Monday night of them celebrating, they would have been.
No, it was good, and Monday and Sunday, Monday were good. Like you're there Monday, and you're like, this is what it's all about. It's not even about winning. Everyone's saying to each other. Right, it is in times. I had another story there right now. Wednesday, then we had a bit of an acoustic session in O'Connor's Ballysadare.
Lovely,
which was lovely with a broken guitar.
We seen it. There was a nice photo of you there too.
Look, but better give Ryan Bailey the shout out for Football Talk podcast. I had something to say. Not about the match. I can't think. Anyways, I'll remember.
Kieran Stafford was happy he lost, anyways, from a selfish point of view.
Was he? Oh, going to Stag.
Yeah.
Oh, you would have been focusing on.
I would have been with O'Connor Club and his Stag.
And that could have affected our live podcast as well. It did enter my head.
The next round of O'Connor, but that was on the Sunday, I think.
Okay.
I could have done.
You could have come in and talked to you.
When is that Stag now? Shit. But I was at the intermediate final on Saturday.
Great game.
Paddy O'Connor put on an absolute exhibition of point kicking. Fantastic stuff. It would
have been a shock too.
Yeah, I thought they might have.
He was chatting to Kieran O'Connor actually, and he was just saying that Minosh, even though they were kind of favourites going in, they haven't had a good record in finals.
No, they haven't. Like I said it before, I see Minosh as a senior team, but it just seemed they've lost 2 finals in a row now.
And they could have lost the semis. Was it
Bunnaden? But GC Quinn needed it. It's clutch stuff, kicked outrageous points. Now don't care. He kept winning outside his right, and then he kicked a free from distance. Some big men, the Fairness team, I tell you that. So good win for them. I missed the Pats one obviously because we were just before our game. We were still in Ransburg getting their stuff ready. But Pats, I think, were favourites the whole way out through that. So they play Glenfarne, I believe, in the Connacht now. The only reason I know that is because my first cousin's husband managed Glenfarne. I heard him on the radio yesterday. I didn't even know he did. But
what's his name?
Eddie McCallion.
Do you remember Joe Keane used to play Village Inn?
Yeah.
Is he Glenfarne?
He's Glenfarne. He couldn't get involved this year. I was chatting him because his shift work in the hospital. He was saying Joe was a psychiatric nurse. So,
great man, Joe.
What a footballer.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him play Gaelic.
I'd say he'd be a good Gaelic player now as well.
Yeah, a nice man. Pats play.
I was chatting to a couple of Michael's lads there actually on Friday night. They were still a bit disappointed, but they Pats were big and strong and.
They've got junior football. They've a few good inside forwards. It makes a massive difference.
Your man Clark was back.
And then there's young Jim Davis, who put a bet on me and Gareth Vogue Monday night. They were still going that they'd win a senior championship before us in the next 5 years. We probably won't win one, but by fuck, they're not going to win one.
That's a wild bet now, to be fair.
Sorry, no.
How would you be like 60-year-old men pointing at each other?
I think we're the best. I think we're the best though at Monday. We're the best club at Mondays. Disappointment. But lost 3 finals now in a row to Tour de Strand. We're the Mayo to their Dublin. Probably beat them in the semi-final next year and lose the final.
That'd be the way to go, yeah.
But no, that was it. Disappointing. A deep dive into it there.
Yeah, well, it was good to hear it. That's
sport. It's a
motherfucker.
It's a motherfucker.
To the question, we put up yesterday about the battle to see where the best ever Sligo or the best Sligo club team.
There's some great responses to it.
So a 2-legged affair. Tour de Strand v Carberry. First leg would be soccer match in the Clarecana, home of Clare Celtic.
Love
it. Second leg, Gaelic football in Sean Fallon Park, which I know is a soccer pitch as well, but we'll get the goals up.
Yeah.
Who wins?
How do you score this though?
Sorry, I thought about this driving today. So
I don't think Carberry would be back Gaelic team.
Normal at soccer, normal scoring.
Yeah.
Okay, but in Gaelic, goals and points are going to count the same as well.
So you get 3 points for a goal.
Oh, I was just going to go 1. And then...
I think that'd be harder for the soccer team, though.
That's true.
I think actually, that'd be a good way to do it. I've literally just thought of it in my head.
Right, go.
For every 3 points, that counts as a goal.
That does count as a goal. Gaelic.
Yeah, no, but like you're not giving them, but like that. So 3 points.
So,
3 points counts as 1.
Right. Okay.
3, but it's a goal
counts
as a goal. Yeah.
Right. So if the score in the Gaelic match was Strachan 1-3, Carberry 2 goals, it'd be 2-2.
2-2. Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
And then
That must be the fairest way of scoring it, because
yeah, but Carberry could have put a big score in them in the soccer in the Eclair Canna. Although I'd say Tour Strachan had roughed the pitch up a bit.
And I'd say in fairness, they'd probably get somebody had to coach them for a week, 10 men behind the ball, how to play. How to play. Should have used it from the Gaelic, right?
The suggestion of rugby there is the tiebreaker if it was drawn.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Carberry wouldn't be the worst Gaelic team in the world. I think they have a few lads there.
Johnny Martin will come out of retirement for them, I'd say.
Yeah. Mark McGoldrick played St Mary's.
McGoldrick, Nathan Rooney. Kyle Cawley.
Jesus, yeah.
Mark Rooney, the goalie.
They could win a county
Stephen
championship.
Keenan won a championship before Mary's.
There you go.
Actually, very good.
That'd be a good Gaelic match with St Pat's.
Yeah, Carberry have. Carberry have a lot of former Gaelic players. Some of them played underage for Sligo, Tour de Strand, some former Clare Celtic stars. So that would be interesting. Neil Egan would have to come out of retirement. Niall Egan would have to come out of retirement to play wing back for it. Stars, the former Clare Celtic stars.
Yeah, I didn't know there was many of them, but
Sean Durkin, I think he's a man in the States. He says Tour de Strand and bow codes, not even close.
He's saying they win soccer as well.
Yeah,
that's a brave man. There was a reply from Kevin Cooney saying if it was rugby to the side of Tour de Strand would be shoo-ins, as they basically play rugby anyway with their sidewards and backwards hand passing for 98% of the match. It really isn't football anymore. So there you go. And then in fairness, Dave Cummins from Manor was in. He said he wouldn't mind seeing this. Both Rams, I'm not sure what that means.
Teams.
Teams, right. Yeah. Teams would win their respective codes. Think decided should be a rugby match, as Ross said.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Sevens rugby.
Or a cricket match, maybe. Who'd win a cricket match?
Just that poor cricket match never went ahead, lads. You have to follow through and do things.
We talk a lot of shit and then just go do it. Conversation starter, all right. Carberry versus Tour de Strand.
Were you waiting for us to be tanked by them to put that tweet out?
By Tour de Strand?
No, we were waiting for us to be tanked by Carberry before you put that tweet out. It's just,
what do you mean?
Well, it went out last night after they beat us 6-2, who beat their closest
rivals.
No,
sorry. I didn't write the tweet.
Well, it certainly wasn't me. Boyle. Boyle's at it again.
That's GA, lads. Should be back next week, maybe.
That's it.
We round up. Have you got the table for the fancy side?
Christ almighty, hold on.
There's an air salesman going door to door here, Ross. How's your broadband?
It's middling now.
Come in.
There's my group set up to just the £1,230 free bet that we have between six
that's
of us.
we mentioned as well. Sorry.
We were very unlucky with a bet there in the pub last night. There were 6 of us involved. A lad got booked after the final whistle went for an absolute assault as the full-time whistle was going. I watched it back today. So he makes the tackle, the rest going, he pauses. Your man assaults the other guy, blows up, goes over and gives him a yellow card. And
what game was this?
5 wouldn't pace out. Milan and Roma last night. The last game in the pub on a Sunday.
And does the bet say to be booked in 90 minutes?
Oh no, the rules are that if it happens after the game, because you see stuff happen that it doesn't count, which is fair enough. But every other bookie's paid out because literally he's about to blow the whistle.
Right.
I would say the game isn't in its finality until he makes that third blow.
And what would you have won?
We would have won €1,230, but instead, as compensation, they're giving us €1,230 free bet. So I don't know what the fuck we're going to do.
So you
with
need
that.
to win an even money shot to get your €1,230.
Yeah, but I was thinking put it on the even money shot earlier, but now I've gone off that idea. Stick it on a 10 to 1 shot, we punish them.
Rovers -1?
Rovers -1, yeah. Johnny Kenny first goal.
Full-time.
Who's in charge of your €1,230?
Well, it's in Declan Baskel's account, so he's going to have to figure out what to do with it. So it sounds like a lot of money, but it is between 6 of us.
Did I not see him on a plane with a big a suitcase full of dollar bills earlier? North Haverbrook. Where have I heard that place before?
Yeah, I've got fancy football up there now.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, yes.
That's a Simpsons reference.
Yeah, I'll just go from 5th to 1st. 5th from top, Hakuna Juan Mata, Sean Power. In 4th, Celtic Clashio, Leonard Gunning. In 3rd, the Sticky Bandits, Liam Quinn. Second, Mulchester United, Ted Mulvaney, and top of the league is Dominic Story, Dyer Another Day.
He's ramping, is he?
What's he on there? 690. He's 52 points. Yeah, he is. Jeez, he's romping home.
I'll have to get the novelty check ready for him at Christmas. So
yeah, he's got the points aggregate as well. Like, so he's absolutely.
What does the points aggregate mean?
If you finish on level scores, then your points scored. So he's like a. Sorry,
you're taking that head, like Ross.
So I looked at the run. He's on 52.
Who's at the bottom?
Who is at the bottom?
Unfortunately,
Shane Gray, Après Podolski.
After Podolski, bottom.
Sligo White Podcast is second from bottom.
Of course.
Corbala All Stars, Shane Feeney. Barry O'Mahony is fourth from bottom, and I shouldn't laugh because I'm just above him. Boyle Adair United.
We actually have a WhatsApp group, and that nothing's happened. We haven't.
No.
We've been very neglecting to them.
I haven't changed my team in about 3 or 4 weeks. I'm on a slippery slope in the Coordinates League as well, Ross. Could be joining me in the old Paul Byron League next year.
Paul Byron League. Is he Roscommon native? He's a few shops in Roscommon town.
I've seen him somewhere recently. Yeah. He's got Carrick and Shannon. He's a nice shop there on the right.
Yeah. What kind of shoe? Is he a loafer? Anything kind of man?
It must be anything. But I suppose like in them sort of towns, shoe shops, like
local shoe shop.
Like actual shoe shops might still be things up there. Tony Vaughan is a shoe shop in Castlebear, doesn't he?
Everywhere. One in Ballinrobe as well. Vaughan Shoes.
There you go.
Yeah. Who is there any Sligo shoe shop around the Cordners? But that's a brand, is it not? There isn't someone called Jim Cordner.
No, his stroller still open, no? Is it?
Cahill Stroll. Right. Buy tickets to the show.
Yeah.
Good night. Up the Rovers.
Up the Rovers.
I'm going back to where the beach is near. The beer is dear. There's plenty of women on the crack. Walking
Here we are in the final second. The whistle is gone. And Sligo Rovers are the champions.
By the riverside, you can watch the tide as it flows.
No, I'm being told that Average Joe's does not have enough players and will be forfeiting the championship match.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Very tight and drive it clean out over the stand. Out in the field, the corner. Jesus,
in the bookie shop, I done.